and just kind of like give him a look of like time frame. But then I look at this cat's name was, what was his name?
The guy that you rose up, the Ebony Guard, Phelan.
Phelan. Okay. I say Phelan. The guardsmen who are on the patrol, keep them on the patrol. The ones who are not, who are in barracks and such, let them know that the charlatan priests have been destroyed and the temple is now under the true power of the Raven Queen. Let them know that they need be ready within the next day for a great battle, for me be thinking that we will be needed in great service and sacrifice of the Raven Queen.
I will do
and make sure to share your story. Tell them that the Raven Queen brought you back from the dead, which is her domain, in which all should stay. You have something important to do. Now do it.
I shall carry out your orders as you have done. My only question should be, how should we regard the militia and the soldiers of Prince Zeech? I know that he was, well, somewhat at odds with the former Archbishop, but how should we? I am sure that news of the Archbishop's death is going to travel quickly throughout the city. There would be many questions asked. How should I regard them? Should I do we want to proclaim our allegiance with Zeech?
So right now we have an alliance.
Fuck no, you will not fucking pledge allegiance to Zeech, you fat fuck.
He looks at Chudwell, and then he'll look back at you, Shotten, and he says, "Is this true? Does this man speak for you?"
This man do not speak for me. Mark, going through my mind, we've been at odds with that whole church, right?
With the whole Ebony Guard, Temple of the Raven Queen, all that kind of stuff.
With the Zeech.
Zeech? Oh yeah,
those powers.
Prince Zeech, yeah, he was the one. He's the guy who you originally tried to assassinate.
Right. Yeah. I tried to open his throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one who's
He said we don't even know if he's in town right now or not.
Yes, he will say he obviously does not know, your plans. So he's acting on the knowledge he has. He's going to say, Prince Zeech and the former Archbishop were not on the best of terms. So perhaps this is the prime time to forge a new alliance with Zeech, and so the church and the prince and the throne can be united together as should be to lead this city forward.
I look at Lando and Aravan.
Unite my sword to his throat.
There is no way that Prince Zeech can retain his throne. Not when he employs the service of demons.
I wouldn't worry
Blessed
about
angels,
Zeech.
They sully every aspect of him.
As Lando's speaking, I roll my eyes at Shotten.
Prince Zeech escaped my blade one time. You will not be escaping again. The followers of the Raven Queen will not have any alliance with the Prince Zeech.
How closely related have the Ebony Guard and the High Priest been with Zeech? How close can you get to Zeech?
In friendlier times, there were many times where the prince would invite members of the Ebony Guard into his own personal service. However, in the past year, perhaps more so, it has this tradition has stopped. There has been a coldness, a distance between the church and the throne.
Know that the throne, what you speak is not unsound. For the church and the throne shall be reunited, but not with Prince Zinch as its ruler.
He says, very well. He says, I am not to be knowing what your plans are. I trust that in time you shall reveal this to me when it is necessary. For now, for the time being, I shall spread your word among the men, among the Ebony Guardsmen, and I shall say nothing about our relation with the prince and the prince's guard.
Phelan, how many acolytes and how many priests
do
we have here?
Let's see. Oh, I have this written down.
Although perhaps a good strategy would be to let the prince believe that we would be willing to work with him. To form an alliance, to get the city back under control, and we need to do it quickly. We've got a titan.
Lando, are you fucking kidding me? You mean you wanna make a fake alliance with Prince Zeech and then betray him again in 2 days?
Yeah.
We could have left my family at home if we were gonna do that. We didn't need to murder the general on my dining room floor. If that was going to be our plan, why are you changing the plan now? Everything is going according to plan until this random religious dirtbag starts asking questions about Prince Zeech. Now we're just changing our whole plan just because this guy is like...
I just threw it out there as something for food for thought.
Jesus Christ.
I said it could be a good strategy.
This is what happens when you guys don't respect authority.
We are the authority.
Right, but I'm your superior.
In no way that I can see.
Your mom goes to college.
Okay.
So DM,
Uh-huh.
one way or another, Thargrag and I, that Alistero that is, kind of want to go deal with something.
Okay. That can be arranged.
Yeah, we can do it after we work all this out. Whether we Twitch it live or whether we do it as a side thing.
Yeah.
We're not going dungeon crawling, that's all.
Again, why are you guys trying to head off and do some hero shit without Chudwell?
Yeah, we're talking spin-off?
The obvious hero of the people.
Chudwell's wearing his cloak of invisibility right now, if you don't notice.
Alistero and Thargreg in the morning.
How long is a short rest?
An hour.
1 hour.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
I'm just okay. Who's been rifling through the body? I've been standing there this whole time looking. Who's rifling through
the body's gone. The body is
disintegrated.
gone.
That's right. He disintegrated.
I was
starting to whisper to the DM that I just want to take note of what people are taking off of this body.
I would have looted that thing a long time ago.
No, but I did
There's
see...
just a hand. Just a hand.
We do need to go. We do need to go back into the Archbishop's room. And
there's a bunch of black space. I'd like to know what that is.
We did not loot any of that stuff.
Yeah, how about we start by opening this door?
Now might be a bad idea to loot.
We are not looting my church.
Yeah.
No. We're
Shut, so this
evicting
is all
the
mine now.
contents of its former tenant.
Awesome.
That's different. That's different.
We are going to be
different.
maintaining the contents of.
I just
'cause
want to see what
technically
those
we
dark
did
areas
conquer
are.
this place.
Yeah, I mean,
technically,
like,
this place is now my church, so you're gonna be stealing shit. You stealing shit from me.
it's not. It's we're just reappropriating.
We're not stealing it.
We're
We
using
might
it to
need.
further the Raven Queen's causes. We
Yeah,
still
if
have
there's a
other. We have
massive-
future
Find
battles to
right
fight, and there may
where
be
it is.
there may be valuable artifacts
so
that
ultimately-
could aid in the and assist us in
Ultimately,
such quest.
you should be handing this stuff out to us.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
if there's a
yeah, I
massive
would
warhammer
if
that
you
I could
deserve
use?
it.
Guys, do it right. Say, we will help you catalog. Right?
I can't write very well,
I mean,
nor do I
I
read
started
very
Irvine
well,
on fire.
but I will help you find things.
It's a cold fire.
We all know that you're not going to give Alistero anything, so I mean that's just given up front.
Well, I mean, like,
But I would like a great warhammer with a spike on the end of it that goes with my armor.
Or maybe a catapult that actually hits or shoots him where
It's what
he's
it's
supposed
what
to
it's
go.
aiming at.
We can hook it behind the dragon wagon.
Yes.
Or a dragon wagon mounted catapult.
Whoa. Oh.
So,
Can we take a short rest?
Mm-hmm.
Alistero, what do you think?
hey, Jack.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess a short rest would probably not hurt things.
Yeah, let's
Let me
definitely
see something here real quick.
group short rest, please. I'd already been.
yeah, I started the short rest mechanics myself, assuming that that's what we were doing.
Well, I'm inviting you guys back to my place for the short rest.
That's fine. You're like secretly eat so that you can help me clean up the blood.
Well, yes, of course. That's the secret agenda. Yeah.
Sorry, this is not. You're handing me a sponge. This is not.
This is
considered a
totally
short
not
rest.
a short rest.
Don't you have servants for this kind of thing?
I thought
We
you
sent
we
the
sent them
servants
all away.
away with my family, which is like so frustrating.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
had to
short
betray
rest
my
is
whole
good.
family. Like the
This
most
is why-
important thing to me is
Chudwell.
my family, and I
Chudwell.
betrayed them all just for you guys.
Chudwell, do you not understand? This is why we have an unemployment problem. You send away the servants when they're needed most.
If I was really playing my character correctly, I would have betrayed all of you for my family and stayed in allegiance with Prince Zeech. Maybe.
Wait, you just hate? I thought you hated this guy.
What?
I thought you hated this guy, Prince Siege.
I do. I can't remember why.
Because the narrative.
No, you would know that Prince Zeech, 20 years ago when he first came to power, was regarded as somewhat of a hero, even though his methods seemed perhaps a bit brutal. But because he was the original one who basically liberated and fortified Carrack's Cross. But excuse me, Laffy Taffy.
Got a nothing.
Just makes
but
me
pain
think of
from
a
one my
song,
neighbors.
Laugh at Taffy. Laugh at Taffy.
in the following years, though, it seems like his rulership has grown more despotic, more cruel. He's become more just jaded, sort of drunk with power. At the at his gala, you saw him where he failed at a competition. It was like a friendly competition where they were shooting dubs or something with a repeating crossbow. He failed and became angry like a petulant child.
Right.
And one of the characters, I forget who it was, basically, tried to placate him and say, Oh, don't worry, it wasn't you. You can see anyone can see the sight is off on this crossbow. And it's like,
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I was shooting with him. It was me shooting.
You were
with him,
shooting, and I'm the one who called it to his attention that, of course, there was a flaw in the sighting of that crossbow. It wasn't his
and he was like,
ram.
oh, he's like, of course. He's like, thanks for pointing that out. Then he turned to his servant who had been holding the crossbow, and I think he like grabbed the crossbow from him and shot him straight through the eye at point blank range.
He was like, wait, are you the one responsible for sighting in this crossbow? And the servant was like, yes, I am. And he was just like, boing. The guy was just like, slump. And then Dorian was like, I'm horrified, but with a touch of respect, the way that you get shit done.
And yeah, then he just kind of casually tossed the crossbow to another servant, and it was like, "Oh, there we go. That ought to fix that." And
works fine from up close.
So he definitely was.
Yeah, he's not a great guy.
Yeah.
I don't think we really.
So what are we doing?
Well, we're
and not to mention the fact that he basically does
short resting, I believe.
No real ruling anymore. Like, it seems as though. Like the few things that he actually does take interest in are more sort of self-aggrandizing benefits, galas, things like that, and he has really lost touch with the actual people of the city. Like gangs, mercenaries. They kind of run everything, terrorize the local population, and it's not it's not a great place to live.
There's some stuff needs fixing.
We're gonna change that.
So it's basic total lack of leadership.
It's about to be under new management, fellas.
Yeah, we're gonna put Chudwell in power on the throne, and everything's gonna be so much better.
That's right.
Believe it or not, we are builders.
Well, Chudwell does see himself as a hero of the people, but I guess that doesn't mean he has to actually be a hero of the people.
I like how Chudwell gets super whiny. What? There's hero stuff happening? Guys! Part of this too? Come on! Fuck! Oh. Yep, that's who we want to be on the throne.
Oh man!
Come on, guys! I'm totally the leader of the group here. You
Totally
gotta
found
listen to me. You gotta include me in the plans.
Isn't it fantastic
Wait,
to be
you
a
gotta
part of this party?
I'm role playing my ass off here. You can't make fun of like my character.
Dude, you're doing great.
Well, thank you.
You're doing absolutely great.
I'm trying hard.
No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm complimenting the hell out of you. You are freaking rocking it.
Yeah, no, John, this isn't a commentary on you. It's a commentary on your character, which you're playing fantastically.
Yeah.
Well, when I watch fictional movies, I just assume they're all documentaries. Sorry.
You're not all wrong.
All right. What is the so you guys are going to take a short rest, I take it. And are you would like to take it, it only lasts an hour, so it'll put you at around 9:30ish p.m. Tomorrow early morning is the time when you're expecting the Titan to arrive. Now there are still a number of things that have happened and things that could happen.
Yes, which is one of the reasons that I am pushing very strongly for going to figure out this whole thing with Hoff. And I've been discussing that with both Erevan and Thargrog. But like I said earlier, I cast 3DM spell because obviously we need 3 of you.
Right. All right. Let's do. Where is that guy there?
So we need to wrangle back in the mercenary armies to our side. What else? What are the other divisions of duties we need to accomplish?
Bless you.
Chudwell and whoever else might be appropriate,
That's better.
perhaps Stone, need to address the captains.
Yeah. Me and Stone can do that, I guess.
Maybe we don't have to necessarily role play out all of these individual sessions. We can just state what we wish to accomplish and
Don't want to role play things out. Role-playing game.
Listen, we role played out a fucking dinner. I mean,
After
down to
7
what
years.
was being served on the dinner plate. It took 3 sessions for a dinner. Are you kidding me?
It was a good dinner.
It was a good dinner.
We really need to address. We need to address the men that we have taken the city
We
watch.
do need to. You guys, somebody needs to go and meet with the captains and the guard. That's got to be Chudwell.
Yeah, the Fabler.
Ideally,
was
somebody needs to figure out if
Not
what
the Fabler.
No.
It has to be Chudwell.
Well,
If
yeah,
you want to
there's-
skip the role playing, the Fabler can just do all the work.
There's a few different factions that really need to be addressed. There's the Ebony Guard, then there's the actual guard, and then there's the mercenaries. So all of those have very different allegiances, and that's why there's different people that should be working. Like obviously Shotten is going to be working with the Ebony Guard, but the regular guard, the captains, that would be Chudwell's area of expertise. The mercenaries, Alistero's gotten in. So, different people have to kind of work different angles.
Alistair, you speak very wisely.
Hey, Mark, what was the name of the guardsman who I brought back?
The acolyte or the guardsman?
Guardsman.
Dillick, D-Y-L-L-E-C-K.
D-Y-L-L-I-C-K.
E-C-K.
E-C-K. It looks better with an L-I-C-K. I'm going to go over to him, and I'm going to say, Guardsman Dillick, I want you to choose 3 other guardsmen, and I want you to accompany us as the Royal Guard of the Raven Queen's retinue.
He says, "Absolutely, my lord. I shall gather my most trusted and most able guardsman for you." And he is going to. He actually gets. There is one woman. She looks like a pretty badass. She's got a number of scars on her face. It looks like she
Battle tested.
Right, yeah. Sides of her head are shaved. Her hair on the top is pulled back into like a short ponytail.
Nice.
Has a pair of twin short swords on her hip, as well as like a repeating crossbow on her back. Her name is Catherine. And you recognize he comes back with her, as well as he says, "My lord, I present to you, this is Catherine Black. She is veteran of many expeditions out into the wildlands, sole survivor of a squadron that was beset during a siege of over 100 of the undead. She is battle tested, 100% trustworthy. And now the other 2, they requested personally and begged to be with you. If you want, I can turn them away, as I do have others who perhaps might have more experience." And then you see Zen Creighton and Nicolosa Brackett, 2 of the guardsmen that you originally saw and converted, and they step forward and they look at you and they're like, "Yeah, my lord, if you would have us, we would be honored to serve and to protect you with our lives."
I will have you, and the Raven Queen thanks you for your service.
All right. So now you got your little hit squad.
Cool. Yep. And I say, and if anybody do question us, you are here as witnesses. Local Ebony guardsmen who have been here
who are known in the city and have witnessed the miracles of the Raven Queen.
Yeah, it is true. We shall spread the word when you deem it necessary and protect you at all times.
Very good.
And let's see. What would everybody else like to do?
What's going on with the hand? Of
It's in
Vecna?
the portable hole. It got thrown in the portable hole immediately.
Oh, the elf didn't put it on his hand.
No, nobody has put it on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
no,
may wanna
nobody's
put it
missing
on.
a hand that needs to be replaced yet. So
Well, I mean, okay. Stone, will you please come with me and help me clean up this fucking corpse in my living room, and maybe we can find the Fabler and the captains and try to unify all the regular troops?
I look first to Shotten to see
Or-
if he ever heard that.
Yeah, or are we doing shit together? I don't know. I spaced out on the plans because people weren't saying my name often enough, so I didn't pay attention.
Well, right now we're looking at doing a rest, right?
No,
Okay,
we
let's-
just finished a
We
short
finished the
rest.
rest?
We
A short
rested in the
rest.
church?
We got a short rest.
Okay. And the benefits of the short rest are what again?
I can use my suit of armor again.
I
That's
get
about it.
half my wizard level worth of spell slots back.
Oh. Does
That was why it was important to me.
Does that work
Do I have
for
time to put my armor on now?
Does that work for clerics too?
I
Yeah,
don't know how your divine recovery works.
I would
I
certainly
bet- I
think
would
that you
wi- I
could have
would-
gotten your armor on.
I'm assuming.
I would
that's-
wager a guess that it's similar,
Okay.
or venture a guess.
So you get 9,
wager a guess.
so basically like 9 levels worth of spell slots.
are you asking me?
I'm asking the choir, whoever wants to sing.
I don't really know how to play Dungeons and
I don't-
Dragons, dude.
I don't use spell slots. None of my characters use spells. They all just hit shit till it dies.
Yeah, sorry, I can't tell you guys how your characters work. So
I think with clerics, I think they're hold on. As far as what gets their spells are, you can change your spell list when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new list of cleric spells requires time spent preparing at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell. You gain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest.
Right.
A short rest only gives you 1 spell per minute, which is 60 spells. What the fuck?
No, short that's preparing a new list.
Did I mishear that?
So it doesn't give you any slots back. It's just if you want to replace any like from your list of castable spells.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Basically, Mark, your slots are still full.
No, I'm pretty depleted.
Yeah.
And as far as your channel divinity,
I only used 1. I've got 2 more.
a short rest. Yep.
Short rest gets them back. That's cool.
Yep.
There's the bonus.
And I think that probably covers all of your specials.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I did finally break down and actually buy the physical copies of
Wow.
Handbook.
They're
Yeah.
so shiny.
After 7 years, I figured I'm
Nice.
probably going to be playing this again, so I should probably actually buy the books.
The handbook and the DM's guide, I got those. Come on.
Be careful, man. They fall apart pretty easy.
Yeah, mine's
Ooh.
falling apart pretty bad.
I had
Yeah.
to have mine. I sent mine
But
back. and that are.
I've heard that Wizards of the Coast will take it back and give you.
They're
a new
super
one.
cool about it. One of the printings,
Yeah.
I think was really bad because there was a whole bunch of people having that problem.
What printing do you have, Mark? Because mine is like fucked.
Yeah, mine's jacked too.
You can get a player's handbook online for like $10. I probably spent $5 of paper and $60 of printer ink printing it out. Hard copy.
I don't see a copyright in here or printing. But I was also in college when I was doing mine, so it's all tabulated like a good student's book.
Right? Yes, you have to do that. Yeah.
I, like any good rogue, stole this from my nephew. So,
Did you push him down first?
yeah, I may or may not have beat his ass. He was living with me at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me laugh.
So yeah, no, I get that. I get that we still got a lot of stuff to do, but a long rest would be welcome.
Oh, boy. Well, here I'll if you don't mind, I'll just say it out loud rather than type the whole thing. So Alistero, how many mercs could come from Hoth? It's a difficult question. So Hoth himself has probably his own sort of private retinue of guards and messengers and employees that may number around a couple dozen or so, which is not super huge. His whole thing is he is the organizer. So
right, that's more what I'm talking about. Like, is pursuing this avenue, is it worth our time? Is what I'm wondering. How many people could he potentially bring to our cause if we pursued this?
If he were to get like all of the mercenaries at his disposal, like that he works with, you're probably
that he has influence with, yeah,
maybe over 100. But that's again,
so a legitimate force.
Yeah, can he get them all? And is the relationship is your relationship in the point where he would be willing to get them all? So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I was just wondering.
At this point, yeah.
I guess I'm wondering if, is he a big enough threat to us if we don't deal with him now? Because we do have some pressing matters that need our attendance this evening.
I'm just saying they tried to kidnap me and I had to kill their guard.
These are negotiating tactics.
Yes.
So I agree. I'm not saying we have to go now. I'm just saying it may be beneficial. And honestly, the way I understand mercenaries, since I once was one, is that he has access to many mercenary bands, but the fact is he has influence, but he's not going to command these mercenary units into taking action.
The problem is, it could be a scenario where he is either with us or against us. And
I'm saying
right now,
I'm saying he may be against us since he tried to kidnap me and I killed his fucking messenger.
That doesn't have to be the case, but this must be dealt with quickly before things erupt tomorrow.
I don't mind going back over there. It's only been about 3 hours. They may be surprised to see me again, though. But then again, I'm not one to run away from a fucking big idiot. Wait, he's gone, so it may only be a few more.
This is why I would appreciate your help, Erevan, just to keep an eye on things. I honestly don't
expect I think he means me.
No, Erevan. Erevan, I would appreciate you keeping an eye on things. I honestly don't think it will come to a fight. I hope it will not. And Thargrug, it would probably be best if you stay back and not talk.
But what if they try to take you again? Then I'll have to stop them.
Then you don't talk. You charge.
I didn't talk the first time. I just showed up. And then they said, where's your other friend? And I said, he's busy. And I said, we have some...
That would be talking.
I guess you're right. That may be talking. But I don't know. I'm just saying he tried to grab me. We should go. I'm all for it. Let's go. I won't talk.
Yes. You watch my back.
I
Don't
will watch
speak.
your back. No speaking.
Okay, so you just made Thargrag agree to not talk and watch your back. Like, I mean, there's nothing could go wrong.
There should be an inspiration point, but only if it works.
I would just like to say,
get an inspiration point because he knows there's going to be a fight.
come on. The first time we did this, I negotiated perfectly, and you know what? I kept Thargrag in hand. He did not start a fight.
I didn't start the last one.
This worked out perfectly last time, and it was just me and him. Now I'm asking Erevan to help. So if it goes wrong, then it's Erevan's fault, really.
I'm not saying. Thargrag, I am very happy to go along with you and watch your back, just like I did last time, and like I did when I cut that big guy's head off. I was watching your back. Your just back wasn't there to watch at the time because they were wanting your back, and I protected your back with you out there.
That was very kind of you.
You're welcome. I'm just saying there is something that was breathing fire through a hole. Don't know what it was. And then they laughed, which found...
We probably shouldn't go that far.
Well, then you're just going to walk in. There's nothing else. There's a hole. We got to go down the thing.
No, there's the place where Scabface does his business. That's where I would like to go.
Oh, well, sure. I won't talk.
Oh man.
Let's go.
All right.
Erevan, will you come with us?
I look over at Lando. We're obvious, like in a little quiet, huddled conversation of our own. Like, you guys are still talking about that thing about.
We don't need Erevan. We're good. Let's go. I won't talk.
Well, I mean, listen. There are a couple of things that we need to take into consideration. Do we all agree that Chudwell will be able to handle communicating
with
the city
Stone?
guard?
If Stone's going with him, what does he need us for?
I generally operate with a sidekick.
I agree. I don't think that
me being with the city guard, not necessarily a good idea.
No,
Yeah,
me going into the mercenaries' lair and trying not to say anything, awesome idea.
I can't argue with that logic at all. Very well. Let's go there. If we're all confident that Stone and Chudwell can.
Oh wait, Landorian and Erevan and Shotton want to come with us? I thought they need a long rest.
I need a short one.
Yeah.
Long would be good.
Long would be good.
Absolutely no spells. He's pretty much like a withered husk.
Yeah, he definitely could use the sleep.
He's not going to do shit, but I think I'm going to sit back and smoke a blunt, and then I will eat, then I will rest in your chambers.
I'm basically the equivalent of like 8th or 9th level cleric right now, with what I can do with spells.
He's about half his power.
He's about half diminished, yeah.
Yeah, with 1/7.
Hey, look, I'm fully healed, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Yeah, so I can't use my ring. Fuck it. I don't need no fucking rings. If we're gonna go into the mercenaries dungeon and I'm gonna go and cover Alistero's back for any threats that I perceive as a threat, I'm good.
Kaiden is gonna look at Landorian and say, I do not know the politics of this area. Where would you advise me to go? Because things are happening, and I need to make sure that we achieve our goals.
I'm sorry, you said this was Kaiden?
Yeah, that's Kaiden.
Landorian's going to stare very intently at Kaiden. And he's going to look over at Erevin.
Erevin is going to do the exact same. He's just like, watching
he looks
you.
back at Erevin, and he says, hey, I got pretty fucked up in that fight back there.
I thought I was the only one seeing this. I didn't want to say
Kaiden
anything.
Standing over there?
So you're seeing what I'm seeing then too. I'm not. Okay. I thought it was.
I was just sure that this was some sort of, blow to the head that I had taken.
We've seen some.
Got so fucked up, and all of a sudden they see Kaiden and they're like, "Is he real?"
Kaiden,
nope, he's actually there.
How can I know that that's really you? The Kaiden that I know was drug off by some sort of were-beast to some plane of existence I don't understand.
Hundreds of years ago.
And then you just show up
amidst battle
in a land far away from there.
Well, she's kind of appropriate for you, the battle part, but everything else seems
odd. The spirits of my ancestors brought me back. I have returned to see this thing through. And I know that time is of the essence. So what can I do to make this happen?
Stay away from gnomes.
he gives you this look like, I don't know if that was an insult or a warning or a prophecy or
all of the above. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of all of them.
A little bit of column A.
Because gnomes.
Or just general knowledge, really.
Just general gnomage.
Yeah, I mean, I guess basically like he's there and he very much wants to, try and be in the place that's most effective, and I have no idea where that is. So
follow us, Kaiden. We have much, I suppose, to discuss. You'll have to explain to me again how you got here. And you may yet need to convince me that you are who you say you are.
If it looks like Kaiden and it talks like Kaiden.
We have great enemies capable of many, many things, and not the least of which may be to make us think that our old friend Kaiden, who died and gone on, has come back again just when we need him most.
I leave that to the smarter of the group. Let's go find the mercenaries' lair.
For now, yes. Follow us.
I'll be quiet, I swear.
We'll talk in a while.
I won't say a word.
Yes, I understand your hesitancy. But I assure you, I am Kaiden, and I will prove it to you with my actions.
And also this birthmark.
And also...
Sure you remember.
You ever seen Wild Card?
And also, I'm the only one who understands creeping on the bitches.
Can I get a what the fuck check?
Silence is only a second level spell. I mean, and you could cast it on Thargreg's beard.
Carrack is not going to talk, but he would love to have a discussion without words with Scarface. Don't worry.
He's seriously considering asking Landorian about this blade singing thing that he's got going. I won't talk, but Landorian's blade singing is what I'll try to do.
I'm gonna try that dancing thing that Landorian does.
All right.
I would love to
so,
see a Dwarven battle rager try to imitate an Elven blade singer.
oh god, that would be hilarious.
You have to be Elven to be a blade singer.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I can call it whatever I want. It's mine, and I wash it as much as I want.
You can't discriminate.
All right. Alistero will just kind of, off to the side, watch this whole exchange, and then say, "Shall we leave?"
Yep.
Again, are we going into
so
two different?
excited.
Are we going into two different groups here? One group going to the guards and one group going to the militia. Or are we all going to the mercenaries, rather?
That would be hilarious.
We're gonna split the party.
Split it right down the middle. Let's do it.
That's right. Imitate an Elven blade singer.
Oh god.
Nothing bad ever happens from splitting the party.
So let's all, everybody,
Enough people. Let's split it twice.
let's roll for initiative and then combine the group initiative rolls, and whoever has the higher one gets to role play their segment first.
No, you don't. No, you
So
don't.
which group is going to Hoff, the mercenary Hoff solutions?
Me and Alistero and Erevain.
Okay.
And I thought Landorian was.
Yeah, I'm going with. And I
Oh,
even
he's
told
going
Kaiden
too?
to go too. I said,
Yeah,
"Just
I
come
think you
with
told
us."
Kaiden to come too. Yeah.
Oh damn, this is gonna be a party.
To the side.
Yeah, because it's a bad idea to wander off by yourselves.
Well, it's much
So you bring
easier
your
to,
friends.
to disappear
I just
when
did it.
there's
it wasn't
big
that
guys
bad
to
an
see.
idea.
And then the
found an
Raven
entire
Queeners are
dungeon.
going with Chudwell.
You have to be Elven to be a blade singer.
Yeah, me and Stone are gonna go talk to the captains and the watch and
All right,
sure they're
I'll
all
join. I'll join with you guys.
properly riled up. Okay. I can do a lot of talking with two healers with me.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Very well said.
Right there is my favorite.
So there's 4 of you. So it's going to be Erevan, Alistero, Thogreg, and Chudwell
Landorian.
and Landorian.
Kaiden.
Chudwell's
Kaiden.
doing his own thing.
I thought we
Chudwell
No,
and the Raven.
Chudwell and Stone are supposed to go to the captains.
yeah, weren't we
and
splitting
the-
up? Wasn't
Yeah.
that the plan?
Shotten, were you not going with Chudwell and Stone?
Yeah, no, I was. That's
Oh,
what I
you
was
are.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And y'all are going to back to Chudwell's place to talk to the captains, or were you going to the militia, or because you took out Krieger,
Yeah, Colonel Krieger.
but then there's still Lieutenant
Diane.
Lieutenant Colonel. I have it written down here somewhere. His second in command.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to the valet. Like, we murdered the fucking colonel right in front of the valet and then just, like, left.
I
He
do
probably
believe-
cleaned it up.
Yeah, I do believe that y'all.
Did we murder the valet, too?
Oh yeah, we jacked that valet dude up. Didn't Alistero play Erevan and he cut that dude up? It was the valet, or did we keep him alive?
Wow,
What?
that's sad that we can't remember if we cut somebody up.
I
Oh
Don't-
no, I think you let him go as no, I can't remember.
It happens too often, I think.
yes.
We're cutting too many people off.
When it happens fast, and then we forget about it.
All I know, I was on top of Krieger, kind of mauling him, and then I got my new sword.
Yeah,
Right.
that happened.
All right, God
Or
damn it,
Erevan
boys.
can
That's
take it.
enough. That's enough cutting and mauling for this week. We've hit our damned quota already. There will be no more cutting and maiming.
Let's see. Who would like to do their business first?
We were gonna roll for inspiration, or what was it? Roll for initiative, and whoever got the highest went. I like that idea. Here, I'll roll.
No, Alistero will roll
Oh, shit.
if it's an initiative roll. Alistero will do it.
Yeah, guys, don't let me roll our initiative roll.
I fucked up my initiative roll anyway. I didn't even click on my character, so it's okay.
I'm thinking Treadwell's got the best.
Dude, I can't even find my fucking character. Here it is. Jesus.
We got to beat 21 there, Treadwell.
All right, hang on.
I think it's a pretty good initiative roll. Not that time. No.
Oof.
Oh, that's
I will.
bad roll.
Are we combining all of our initiative?
No. Just let them go first.
I think Aravan said everybody
fucking
rolls
tired.
and the team with the highest goes first.
Oh, I'm tired.
Hold on, let's see.
Well, we can totally do.
We're not going first.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, I think we know which direction this is going because Alistero's beaten all of you combined practically.
Yeah, you guys should just go first.
All right, come on, Shotton. Let's see what you got. Just to tie this up.
Yeah, I can play.
Let's just see. You bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
I haven't rolled higher than a 10 for 3 weeks.
So it's
Critical
probably
fail.
it's probably best that you guys don't do the.
Don't do anything yet. That's what you should do.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm just gathering everybody together here. Where is there's Thograg? Get Cat.
Actually,
You guys could take a long rest while we take off, or you're gonna split it, right?
by the way, there's a disclaimer in the player's handbook that says that Dungeons and Dragons or Wizards of the Coast, one of the two, is not responsible for, and it lists out a bunch of things. One of them is splitting the party.
I blame Wizards of the Coast.
That's work in
Actually-
every horror movie I've ever watched. I disagree.
That is brilliant. Yeah.
I actually blame Choose Your Own Adventure books for my splitting of the group.
Mm-hmm. Go left, go right. Fuck it. Let's go both.
Let's go find the abominable snowman. That's what I always say.
Let's go forwards and backwards.
Oh man.
Where can I find that?
So we'll go with it was was it four so it's I know it's Alistero, Thogreg,
The elves and
Caden,
Kaiden.
Caravan, Landorian,
Yeah.
and Kaiden.
You got
okay.
yeah. Elves, dwarf, and Kaiden.
All right, elves, dwarf, and
Elves, dwarf, half orc.
let's go.
Don't you dare call Kaiden a half orc.
Why?
Cause.
He's technically a shifter now. Well, I mean that's what he started out as, and then in in the original
I was a shifter. I was what are the really big guys called?
Goliath.
Goliath. Yeah. Then I was a half orc. Well, I originally started as a half orc, like back 20 years ago when I first created the character.
Right.
They didn't have all the fancy characters back then.
Mm-hmm. But then with the invention, when you both started, it was you and Khan were both shifters. I do believe.
Yeah, I think so.
4th edition, I think. But anyway, then when they went to D&D Next and D&D 5th edition, shifters weren't back until recently. They brought them back again. So
yeah.
History
now I
lesson.
hear D&D 6th edition is in the fucking works, so I'm like, great.
Well, there we go.
Now that you finally bought the books.
No wonder they were so discounted. All right, let's go to. You make your way to Hoff's Solutions, and as you are walking down the street again, now it's probably around 9:30, perhaps. Approaching 10 o'clock at night. The streets are basically populated with prostitutes and prostitutes, mercenaries, gamblers.
Are they human prostitutes? The women? Just checking.
Yeah. They're mostly it's probably 80% of the city is human.
You could have just said no. You could have just said no. They're not.
Carrack has a thing for the. He has a thing for the
solo adventure
women.
Yeah, Alistero looks at him and says, "You said you would not speak."
I don't need to talk.
You guys know why the Twitch is all blurry?
What have you been drinking?
Mine's good.
Mine looks good as well.
Yeah, Twitch.
Weird. Okay.
Could be your internet connection there. Reboot.
All right.
Pedal harder.
Let's as you approach down the street again, I believe this here, let's get to the map of
Thargrag is gonna try to run a little perception check because he had somebody following last time he didn't tell them about.
I
just want to kind of see if I got any followers or anybody looking out for us as we come through. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So Hoff Solutions is number 18 here on the map. So it's right down the street of A Dozen Smiles, which is known as a ward for gambling dens and houses of prostitution. Being right next to the docks, this is where all the businesses are set up that would like to relieve a sailor of their newfound money as soon as they reach the dock. Before they can get to their families or any other sort of gainful employment, they have to pass through the gauntlet of drinking establishments, gambling houses, and whorehouses. You are being perceptive. Let's see. What is y'all's passive perception?
I think I should have the advantage because I'm actively perceiving. I'm absolutely certain that they are going to be looking for me. Unlike these other guys who didn't quite realize, I know they're looking for me.
Right.
Well, I would like to say that Kaiden has the ability danger sense.
All right, so it can't be surprised.
Yep. So there's that. But
I got that too, but I'm not. I like to be surprised.
So
I just turn it off.
As you turn down the street of A Dozen Smiles, basically all of you will notice that you round the corner, take a right as you're heading towards Hoff Solutions, and a group of 4 sort of tough-looking mercenary types starts following you.
Oh yeah, no surprise.
Right.
Hey, quick question: are any of those 4 the 3 that I ran off?
No, you don't recognize. Yeah, you don't recognize any of them. Any of the guys that you basically growled at, and yeah.
How far away are they?
They give you about 20 feet.
I'd like to do a kind of an intimidating presence.
Okay.
Anybody within 30 feet of me. If the creature can see or hear must succeed a wisdom saving throw DC equal to 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my charisma modifier. 8 plus my proficiency bonus.
Are you doing something where you like where you
it's really one of those like you really shouldn't be intimidating presence, and they
because I'm thinking there's a couple ways you could do this. You could turn around and sort of let them know that you know that they're following you.
Do that one. I like that one.
Or you could very casually, as you're just walking down, just start like rubbing the spikes of your armor together.
No,
like sparks go flying, and
what I'd like to do is more along the lines of I want to fall back just a little bit from Alistero, because Alistero likes to tell me what to do, and he said don't talk. So I'm going to slowly, like I'm 2 steps behind him, and then I'm just gonna look over my shoulder like.
Kaiden at the same time is gonna say, "We've got this," and he's just gonna no, he's just chill. He's gonna drop back with the dwarf, and say he's not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna use frightening presence, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But they're both intimidated and frightened.
Pick up the dwarf and throw him.
I'm not allowed to talk, so I'm just going to throw out some.
I'll part between them. I'll part between them and said nobody said I couldn't talk. And I'll use either deception or persuasion. Both I'm experienced in, and ask them which group are you with and why are you following us? Who are you reporting to?
They need to roll. So the 2 barbarians are doing their frightening presence. It's a DC. What is it? A 13 wisdom save?
It's a wisdom save plus my charisma modifier, and hold on, something else. I got to go back and look because my book fell apart.
It's your proficiency bonus.
I think it's a 14 because mine's really low.
Mine's worse. So my proficiency bonus is 6, so that would.
Oh wait, let me look at my proficiency. What's the proficiency
6, under? So I got a 13.
13. So it's 8 plus my proficiency bonus, which is 6 plus my charisma would be 12. So it's
yep, pretty much.
So my charisma has no pluses, but where's my
unless of course I could use any other stat. Anything other than charisma.
Oh wait,
because it's not like dressing like a freaking nut. Yeah. Of course, it's got to be charisma.
My intimidation says 16 is a pass.
Okay.
I don't know if that's for me or for them.
You see, it looks like one of them who was in the lead of the 4. He was turning and saying something to his friends. When he turns his head and he sees the 2 barbarians looking right back at him, and he suddenly puts both of his arms out and he takes a step back, and he's just standing there like, "Fuck." And that's when Erevan steps up.
Like I'm in charge. Like I'm bossing orders. Who are you with? What is your group? Who are you reporting to? Why are you following us? Just like really like I'm drilling them like they should freaking be on.
They should just bend over and give him everything they got.
Yeah.
Honestly, the scariest part of all of that, with the intimidating presence, frightening presence, and then just Erevan turning around and talking.
I've got expertise. 24.
I use power words. Soil yourself.
What is it? What is it? I'll kill you. I have magical items.
It's not even that. I think they're looking for the dwarf that cut the big dude's head off.
Okay.
The guy says he goes, "Hey man, easy man. We're working with the Red Blades, man. You've heard of us, right? We're the Red Blades. We got hired. We got hired by Scabface. We're not supposed to do nothing, man. We're just supposed to make sure that you guys don't cause any trouble. That's it, man. That's it, man. We don't want no trouble."
In fact, we need to speak with Scabface. Likely, if I'm not mistaken, we need to speak with as many as we can get a hold of the heads. So yes, let them know that we're here and that we're looking for them.
Okay, man. Hey man,
That didn't sound scary at all.
That's not. I don't.
The
I don't think
dwarf.
that's the way you meant it.
Okay, so when he says that, the dwarf, because he's not talking, just roars with this belly laugh of like,
Nobody said he couldn't laugh.
like this. Yeah.
So what was it that Arabin he said? He said, "Go get Scabface."
We just want to talk to Scarface.
Go, let him know we're here to talk to him.
All right.
Dwarf has issue with Scarface. You have to remember.
No, this is great.
All right. So at that
I am
point,
the instigator of
Alistero's
trouble.
gonna
You should know this about me.
Alistero's gonna step forward and just be like, "We were going to go to Scabface. Perhaps it would be best that you bring him to us."
He's like, "Oh, hey man, hey, this is your show, man. I'm just a paid hand, man. I'll tell
You
you."
gotta remember the Red Blades are trying to take out Hoff.
No. It's the Valor Guard.
Valor Guard. So the Red Blades are Hoff's guys. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. The Red Blades are probably going to be the second largest of the mercenary outfits.
Well, then we need to.
And you guys have tangled with the Red Blades before. That was the group of guys who were following you in the street, and then I think Lando turned around to like try to do an intimidating thing, and just they all turned and ran.
Yeah, I way overdid it.
Years ago.
That was a long
I mean,
time
in
ago.
game it was like 2 days ago, but years ago in real time.
Now they can drop the guy.
But yeah, he gives y'all a real wide berth. Like he literally, it looks like all the guys are all just they've got their eyes locked on the barbarians, and they're just like, okay, man, easy man, easy man. and they all kind of shuffle off together, and then basically as soon as they get about 30 feet away, you see them just kind of turn and they head running off over to Hoff's. What would you like to do?
Give Thargag a nice pat on the whatever's not spiked, and give him a grin.
The back of the head is the only, or the side of the head is the only area because
Whatever.
mohawk and spikes.
I give you the old football, grab you by the face mask, and slap you on the side of the helmet. We're gonna put you in the action.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
All right. You see them disappear down the street, heading towards the direction of Hoff Solutions.
That's not going to go well at all.
Kind of like sound like the name of like a marketing firm.
Yeah, I was thinking a staffing agency. I don't know why.
Solutions.
Right?
All your
Staffing company.
temp staffing needs.
Essentially, that's what he does: is he brings mercenaries in.
I like it.
About 5 minutes goes by. You're waiting there, and
wait, we didn't go follow him. We actually are going to meet this dude right in the middle of the street. No.
Yes. No.
This is a terrible idea.
What are you talking about? It's like the showdown at the OK Corral. It's perfect.
No, I wanted to show you the dungeon.
Get him.
There's a dungeon. I needed to show you the dungeon.
After about a little more than 5 minutes, you see a larger group, about a dozen guys now, are walking towards you from the direction of Hoff's Solution. And as they approach, they all have weapons drawn.
Whoa, all right.
You see everybody on the street, you see people, and it's like an old west, but like an old western. Like all of a sudden, people just start disappearing through doorways. Like the fucking shutters start shutting. Drunk people are fucked. They're fucking heading down the alleys. The entire street basically clears out as it's, the group of you are standing in the street, and there's a dozen guys approaching you on the other side. They approach to within about 20 feet.
Do we all reach for our weapons at the same
No,
time and
no.
And one of them looks to you, and he says to you,
we hear that you are looking for Scabface. You want to make talk with him. Scabface says he no want to make talk with you, so you be best to be heading your own way before trouble starts. Would be bad for your health.
Look over at Landorian.
These guys are. I'm sorry. So these guys. I'm trying to get my facts straight. Really, these guys came at us weapons drawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they said that, and the dwarf
We're
just
not welcome.
laughs and starts sauntering towards them, like
Who's
basically
Doing the billionaire strut.
Wait,
no,
hold on.
he's doing. He is
Hold on.
literally doing the McGregor strut with
Yes, that's
the
accurate.
battle axe, and he's like, ha 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 ha, just walking right down the middle towards us.
Same, Sean.
There it is.
So Landorian will, he'll turn and he'll look at this guy with as much scorn and disdain as he can, and he says, "We do not have time for this." And he'll just wave his fingers like that and hope that this works.
Gonna go.
Let's go. Let's see what happens.
And if that
And
does
what's the spell save DC? It's 18? No, wait.
80.
1
80.
second. It is
80?
18. It's 18.
Hey, night, Kuboy.
Night Coops.
my brother.
Night
He got a
guys.
98, so. No, no. You see, as Landorian, makes his statement, casually steps forward, and as he points to the guy who just spoke, who happens to be, looks like a grizzled veteran, sort of a chin-length, shaggy kind of scruffy beard, real lantern-jawed guy with a big, thick fucking forehead. And he's holding what looks to be like just a nasty-looking spiked club in his hand and a small buckler shield on his other arm. This green ray hits him, and in an instant, he turns to just a fine powder and is now sitting in a small mound in the middle of the street.
Now go and tell your boss we're ready to speak to him.
Alstero just turns and looks at Landorian like, really?
Or end up
Hey,
in ashes.
the dwarf looks and he's like, "The fuck? I can't talk, but you could just melt him."
And then,
This is some bullshit.
and then Landorian points and waves his finger individually at all the remaining
Who's
crowd
next?
of them. And he'll say,
Who wants some? Who wants a little?
"You're either with us or you're against us. You choose now and you choose permanently."
This is my boomstick.
Boom, boom. He's like,
Now I swear to God, the next one of you primitives that even
You primitive screwheads.
All right, so the remaining 11 guys at that display of gratuitous fucking overkill,
what we
they
do.
all start backing up. They are all moving backwards now. It looks like they are about doing everything they can not to just drop everything they have and run away in a fucking full.
Well, that's what I'm telling. Run and tell your boss we're ready to talk to him.
Run, deliver our message. Everyone's like, "I don't understand. Why is it so hard to get a message
okay.
delivered?"
So Thargrag turns back towards them and keeps walking towards Hoff's Solutions because I don't know why we just stood here in the middle of the street waiting to begin with.
Yeah, I thought we were. I didn't realize we were on our way to Hoff Solutions. Is that where we were
Yes, we
going,
were.
or we were going
Yeah,
somewhere else?
I don't think we were
That's where we
waiting.
were
I
going.
think this just happens as we were on our way.
It was like, I don't know where we're going, man. I'm just here for
Alistero
the
wanted to
disintegration.
Yeah,
have
I mean,
a day
Landorian
street
got drug
street.
into this because we don't want to split the party up too much. Like, I gotta go where
Like, I still had some
I was
spells to
like
cast
talking with
before we
Ervin, like,
got
where
on
where do we belong? We should be helping where we can. Blah blah blah. And someone's like, come with us, and I'm like, okay.
You didn't get.
Alistero's like, but I want to talk.
Well, that's fine, but that ain't the guy we need to talk to, right? This guy's just bearing
I agree.
arms and getting in our path.
All right, fine, fuck it.
Let's go
Let's
talk
go.
to this guy.
Let's go.
All right, so you're all following the dwarf.
Fight 12 or melt 1. Yeah, I think you chose wisely.
You guys,
That's
you
a
get to the
de-escalation right there.
you get to the front of Hoff Solutions. It's got sort of the saloon style door. Inside, you can see there is looks to be a young looking kind of serving wench. She has a bucket on the floor with some rags and a brush. and it looks like
Is
she's
she
scrubbing
human?
at a big blood stain on the ground. And Thagreg, you recognize that? That's where you killed the other guy.
Well, no, I killed him. I killed him in the office.
It was right outside the office.
Oh, it was right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He like grabbed you, and you could tell he wanted to take it, and then you're like, well, fuck this.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's scrubbing at the floor, and you see the other guys are all standing around the front desk. Scabface is there, and one guy's like, "No, man, you don't fucking understand, man. He just fucking disappeared. The fucking elf pointed his finger at him and fucking disappeared, man." And everybody else is there, like nodding their heads.
And I'm gonna, as soon as we get in there, I'm gonna say, which one of you is Hall?
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm walking straight up to Scabface.
Alcero says, Hoff.
I'm going
Which one
right
of
to
you is Hoff?
Scabface. Hoff ain't there. I'm going right to Scabface.
All right. As you're approaching Scabface, one of the guys looks like he is going to he's going to try to stop you. So we need to roll initiative.
Okay.
Let me.
Because then I'm gonna punch him right in the mouth. Everybody, I'm gonna punch him right in the nose.
I'll roll and then I gotta call it.
Oh wait, I can't click on my guy because we are not.
Hold on. Yeah, I need to reset the remove. Sorry, I need to clear the list. Boink. And there we go.
Of course, Ervin always is a 25.
I know.
How the fuck does he do that?
He's like, I'll roll, then I gotta call it. Fuck, I'm going first, aren't I? Ooh, that's pretty good.
Where are our characters? Oh, there they are.
There at the top.
I can't click them. What the hell?
Just can't do it. You're
cannot
not
click
meant to act in your turn order. I can click it. Hey, I've got you
It's-
clicked. Watch
it's
this.
not-
I'll move you around too. Look at that.
What the fuck? You
I
just
don't even see my character.
He's at the
Oh,
very
there
top.
it is.
All right, if you do get to my turn order, I'll slice the guy who's attempting to stop him at range without my sword ever actually touching him.
I want to
All
punch
right,
him.
boys, I gotta go. Good night. Good times.
Night, Ervin.
Rock and roll.
Night, Joe.
Everybody.
bro.
You know what? We'll stop it right here. So
No.
No. No.
We're missing the guy at the top of the initiative, and
Then you vanish.
I just want to walk up, punch him, and he could hit me. I'll just punch him and keep going.
So
I just want to watch Thagreg just pound this guy into paste on the floor.
I'm
And
literally.
look at the other guys as you're doing it.
Here's the thing. I am literally eyes only on Scabface. Anybody else hits me, it's just like a
he doesn't even feel it. It's
just going straight to. Unless they take a sword to me, I'm gonna.
Then he'll finally notice after the first sword bites him. You know?
After the first blade hits, or if they grab me, I'm just gonna grab them, throw them, go straight to Scab.
Yes, thanks everybody for watching. It's been fun. We
Yes,
got a lot to. We finally seized darkness. We finally
Yes.
accomplished the seizing of darkness. That was the taking back.
So it's
of
9:30. We got to 9:30.
The Raven
That's
Queen.
what we did.
We got to 9:30. Yes. 3 hours of out of game time equals about 15 minutes in game time.
The fall
Poor
of
Alistero still hasn't had a chance to have his conversation.
Right.
the
Well, it'll happen.
He's
And
trying.
It'll happen.
And Brady had to go and melt the guy. I mean, really.
I mean, hey, some things just demand a gratuitous, obscene show of fucking violence.
I mean, listen, we have got a limited amount of time and a lot of people to deal with. We don't have time for 12 dudes that are hired sword hands in the middle of the street in the middle of the night when we're on our way to meet somebody about something that's apparently important enough to where we need to devote our time to it. This guy and all these guys needs to learn a lesson.
You're fucking with my shit.
Right. So instead, you start a fight with a mercenary.
No. I did not start a fight. That fight was coming to us. They had swords drawn already.
And
You
look,
have a
I
hidden
didn't
sneak
say a
holster.
thing. I didn't say a word.
That's right.
I told you I wouldn't say a word.
Yeah.
Lando needs a snake holster.
You didn't say a word until you said, "I can't even talk."
You fucking melt the guy. I'm not allowed to talk,
Hey.
but you can melt him?
You have to understand that these people that we are dealing with, as far as Landorian's concerned, they opened negotiations by trying to kidnap one of the party.
I agree.
That's how I met. That's how I was told about
I
these
don't
people.
know why
It
you
was-
guys didn't just kill everybody.
Because these guys, maybe we can use them. They're just low-level dudes, you know. Like you kill one
We
of them,
call
they all
them
fear
fodder.
you. You could take out their leader, and you take control of their organization. Then you put them to good work, like doing something
Again,
better.
Chedwell should understand it. It equates to fodder. They're just cannon fodder.
Right.
But
it's
kind
of like the militia. Yeah.
But Landorian is a true neutral character who just believes in getting his agenda accomplished, and so that seemed the most expeditious. Like,
But
and honestly, I could
has a
have. We didn't
grand
we didn't
scheme
kill
that
them all.
nobody knows about.
Yeah, and Alistero is actually he is a man of the people. So like he truly is trying to work with these people because he understands where they're coming from. He gets it. So he's really truly trying to work with them.
Well,
because he gets it. Like he could be them. So
Fargrag was them. But then they laughed at him because he liked the human woman. So he has a little bit of a resentment against the mercenaries. Any mercenaries.
Different
mercenaries, but he was laughed out of a group of mercenaries, and so
No, they're all the same. No matter where you go, all these mercs are always the same.
He clumps them all together. He's like, fuck them.
Yeah.
They don't understand the love that I have for the human woman and their long, lovely legs. And the fact that they tried to kidnap me just adds just that much more to it.
Yeah, we got, like I said, we got a lot done. I'm excited about finally getting to Titans Day and seeing how we're going to either.
I'm excited to see how Chudwell and Stone do with the captains.
Yeah.
That's going to be such a shit show. We already talked with the captains, though.
Although
I don't even know why we're doing that
You got
again.
the guard to deal with, not the
Yeah, we need to actually talk to the guard.
You are sending like the two people with the highest charisma scores.
Exactly.
Do this, by the way.
Yeah, I figure.
Yeah, we've got all the people with no charisma going on this mission.
But that's okay. We're going to speak like the underhandedness of the society, right? Like these guys are
and
like.
I've got the military charisma, and we're going to speak to the captains.
That's
I
perfect.
think.
I think
you guys
that
sorry.
the message that we're giving Scarface is the exact message he needs to receive.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned
Who
about
is
that
Scar?
big door.
Yeah, somebody needs to explain to Landorian who the hell this guy is.
Scarface.
Well,
Scarface
Scarface actually doesn't exist. It's Scabface.
That's it, Scabface, whatever.
But
the dwarf don't care. He's gonna give him a Scarface.
But he is the front for Hoff Solutions.
Oh my God,
Okay.
Chedwell, it looks like you're melting away into the ocean. Disturbing.
Dude, I'm tired.
All right, well, I am too. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Yeah, thanks everybody who stuck
night,
around and
guys.
watched.
Yes,
Are
thank you for playing. Thank you
we this Thursday?
I believe so. Yes, we can certainly do this Thursday.
Until I get vaccinated, I'm playing this stupid shit with you.
Oh, I'm not getting vaccinated.
That's at least 2 years, so we're good.
Right.
Hell no.
All right. Well, then this Thursday we'll be back at it for something. Not sure. Stay in touch for us on the socials for which game we're playing because we don't know yet.
Yes, it might be more general fuckery at of high level PCs beating down low level PCs like we just had.
That is straight up just Jack being a bully.
Yeah.
Die.
I didn't even say die. That wasn't power
We
word
literally
kill.
left the lich and Jack comes back and he's like,
No,
die.
I know, learned a trick. Hey, watch this.
that's not a bully. That's not a bully. That's like a 19th, 18th level character saying, fuck off.
Right. No. I said you fuck off. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
No,
So-
it's great.
Yeah, you know what, we're, as far as I'm sorry, this was like, okay, we have to go deal with this because I was convinced of it. I thought we should be focusing on the 500 soldiers at the guard, but somebody was like, no, we also need to take care of this, and Landorian's like, okay, fine, let's go take care of this. But then in the back of his mind, he's worried about these soldiers that are really kind of the ones imposing martial law on the city if necessary. And so that's where he's occupied with, and he's thinking, I got to get back and deal with these guys in case Stone and Chudwell are not able to handle it.
Well,
You know,
Yeah,
Stone
and
originally.
Alistero this whole time is like, I never even wanted you to come.
somebody was like, Landorian, are you coming? And I was like, yes. Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm coming. Yes. You know. So then like these guys come at us. I'm like, wait. So Landorian's like thinking about how many soldiers it really takes to defend different sections of the wall. And then like he looks up and there's 12 dudes with swords. Right. He's like, wait, okay, so, and they're apparently they were barring our path because we were on our way to Hoff Solutions.
Right.
So
Yeah,
these guys are like,
they were totally in our way, and I'm not saying you were incorrect in your actions or that Alistero was right in what he wanted. I'm just saying, like, you were playing your part, I was playing my part. You know.
Right. No. Yeah. I think both of y'all did.
And I was trying to play a part, but Landorian got in the way.
I thought you did just fine.
No, it's good stuff. Yeah, and you know, this should not be a like an entire episode consuming encounter unless things get really weird for some reason. So yeah, it's we'll be able to move forward rather expeditiously.
Yeah, let's try and avoid that. Please, whenever we catch up with this, let's try and minimize the out of game stuff so that we can deal with it really quick.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there was a lot of out of game stuff that just made it that much longer, which, you know, we all laugh at, and that's part of the problem is that we all make jokes and then we laugh and then it takes that much longer. So
wait, I have something for this.
That's what we need for Dungeons and Dragons: less jokes and less laughing.
Hey, Chris, good luck with that.
We're gonna,
yeah, exactly.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Well, hey, listen, he's got a point. We should maybe try to stay in character a little bit better than we do. There's always a little bit of room for improvement. But I am going to state we are going to start raiding over to Scabby Rooster just so that everybody watching can yell raid and do a channel. It's pretty fun. Anyways.
Thank you, failures, for showing up once again.
Yes, thanks everybody for watching and sticking around this long. And we're going to be raiding the Scabby Rooster Dungeons and Dragons feed in 3, 2,
See you guys.
Bye.
See ya.
What are we doing?
Awesome.
I'm too. What is Scabby Rooster and why are we raiding it?
Hold on just a second. Let me stop.
It's another D&D.
So he moved us over to a different Twitch feed. So we're still in Zoom communicating with each other, but he moved our